Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons and getting ready to start season 3 of our NCAA Football 14 series where we are now the head coach of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and we're going to be getting prepared for the first game of our season against in-conference team West Virginia. But before we get into that, we're going to start taking a look at our recruiting. Now, I did a lot of the recruiting board stuff initially off screen, but as far as where we are at and moving forward, we'll take a look at just about the stages of recruiting from pretty much week to week at this point. Now, here's where we do have the part of the tree that instead of 5,000 points, we get 6,000 points. So it does leave a little bit of extra space for us. And in the meantime, we're just kind of looking at where do we stand against other schools. Dustin Hines, a 68 overall QB. He's not ideal, but talk about going into his freshman year, where that's something that could easily move on up into the 70s, and then who knows with the development that he may have, he could easily be into the 90s at some point soon. Also, and we do have to finish off doing some scouting on a lot of these guys to see what their true overall numbers are. Now, a punter, you may be asking yourself, well, why am I adding so many points to a punter, especially when we're down by 275 to a school like UTEP? That is off my, I'd say, real life experience. Anybody that's watched the Longhorns knew a few years ago, his name Scott Dixon was our punter, Australian kid. He is a punter for the Seahawks now. And, even Pete Carroll realized that having a punter of his caliber is actually a weapon at times on a team. And so that's why 75 overall, knowing what he could be, I had to start trying to recruit him a little bit harder. I try to stick mainly to the higher end up guys. I'm not going to add a whole lot of points to people unless we are relatively close to being in the lead, or we might need to separate out some from young kids, especially from other schools. Now, looking at Cornelius Moss, he's a middle linebacker. He's only 61 overall, 300 points. Texas is basically right behind us, trailing by 200, and then OU followed up by A&M and Tulsa. It's not something I'm really going to press as far as adding additional points. But you got to look at what is the overall and really what are the team needs. With having an offense, an option-style offense, we don't have to press our receivers all that much, but we still need to have good talent there. So we got to keep a watch of where we spend our points, and we must use them wisely. Okay, is what I'll say about that. And so as we kind of get down the list, looking at free safety, Raymond Mueller, knowing our defensive backfield is going to be a struggle this season. He's a little bit higher on up in the upper 60s, so he's definitely got potential. So we will keep an eye on him to see how well we stay in the lead. A guy like James Price, he's a 4-star recruit, so I think he's got definite potential. His overall is not that high, but he's got the potential to be where we're at. Now, going into this with our school, if we were not in the top 3, I kept the same recruiting rules that I had with Tennessee. If we're not in the top 3, regardless of 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, I don't care. But if we're not in the top 3 at the time, I wasn't going to add them to the board, especially for a 5-star recruit. I'm sorry, I just wasn't going to, right? That's kind of how I've always played it, and so that's kind of what I stuck with. And our team needs right now, as it has separated out, is a little oversimplified, I would definitely say. These are needs that we have, but you're talking linebacker and a quarterback. That's really the only team needs according to this game that we have, and I believe we all kind of know that to really not be the case. But knowing I need to make sure to get a quarterback, who do we have? Dustin Hines. We are trailing to him to a school like North Texas. We should be able to overcome that during the season, but you can never be too careful about that. So I do add some points to our other quarterback we have, even though he's at a 63 overall. It's one of those that was still worth it to do, I think. So That's going to be it for recruiting this week. So we are going to jump on into this one against West Virginia. Now, we are opening the season at home here in Lubbock. We're going with our red jerseys and the black pants, kind of a classic Texas Tech look, and a black helmet. West Virginia is in their standard away uniforms. Looking at it, the Big 12, you got Texas ranked number 4, TCU at number 22 at this stage. You got to remember, we've been playing for 3 seasons, or this is the 3rd season. So that's kind of how the rankings have carried off. If you're wondering why a team like OU or Oklahoma State or Iowa State wasn't ranked, it's because of that. So we are going to be getting ready. This is our first chance to really see what we can do on offense and defense. And we know, I think our offense will be able to handle itself. We definitely have the talent at receiver. Conception's a great quarterback. And I think our running backs are ready to really put themselves into the spotlight as well with the option. Defense is going to be our big question mark, right? Can we force turnovers? Can we get stops? It's going to be the biggest thing. And so we are at Jones AT&T Stadium as we get this one underway. We are on defense. West Virginia does start out with the ball, and they are moving, ladies and gentlemen. Our defense is looking kind of like what we thought they would. A little bit of a semi-cupcake as they get the ball on the option keeper down the left side, and they're going to take that all the way in. Stephen Robertson, the quarterback, 34-yard touchdown. That was way too easy. You saw only one play. That drive was 3 plays, and it took them to get into the end zone. So, the first touchdown we allow is an option keeper, West Virginia, rolling down the field, moving us around, throwing us around like rag dolls. And so that's not a very good start out for our defense. Taking a look at around the league, Big 12 football, Kansas State does come out losing to Stanford on the road to Stanford, only by 3 points though, 31-40 to 31-34. Their quarterback Allen did get 4 touchdowns. And then another big time game, Miami versus Washington. Miami goes into Washington and takes down the Huskies 35-20 in their home stadium. And that's a big win for that program kind of moving forward. So back to our game now. We did go 3 and out, and West Virginia is going to have the ball once again as they hand it off, and we just completely miss. I got to get used to these controllers at times, especially on defense. Just the feel is completely different than the offense. But that one was completely on me. So after that big-time run, West Virginia will have another 1st and 10 at about the 18, 19-yard line as they do an option keeper again, and he tosses it a little late, but we finally chase the running back down. Nick Rogers got 4 yards against us, and that was a pretty long 4 yards to get. So that does bring up 2nd and 6 now as they are going in the hurry up, the classic Big 12 style pistol formation. And they hand it off again, but we did have a linebacker blitzing. He's able to get through and get the stop on Rogers relatively quick. Stephen White, that would be his first tackle of the game, which happens to be a tackle for a loss, bringing up 3rd and 7 now from about the 16-yard line, trying to keep this team out of the end zone. That is our main goal right now. As Robertson gets the snap, and he's being chased down, and we're going to get the sack. Stephen Robertson sacked for 8 yards on that one. Big time play by our defense. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. And that's going to be big old number 97, Robertson, for us, getting the sack, getting in there past his man, and brings him down. You can see Robertson sacks Robertson. You got to love that one. And so that will force West Virginia to kick a field goal. And, I guess at this stage, being down 2 scores, but in a way that we can actually still get 2 right back and take the lead, is a pretty positive thing. You got to look at it like that, So after that field goal, we're going to get another little studio update here as we look at TCU taking down Louisiana Tech and their season opener at home, 42-21, doubling up on Tech right there. So now we're going to be a little later in the first quarter. We did give up 1 additional field goal there. It is still scoreless on our side. The score is 13-0, and you may ask yourself, how are we scoreless with our high-powered offense? Things like that just happen, ladies and gentlemen. The drop passes, they are a killer for us. So now we do have a 2nd and 10, trying to snatch momentum away from our own drive as Conception's going to be in the shotgun, hands it off to Weber up the middle. He's got kind of a hole. Weber lowering his shoulder down, really his helmet, and gets about good 9.5 yards on that one. That brings up 3rd and inches here from the 32-yard line of the Mountaineers. So here we come to the line. Only 1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions today. Needing to improve on that one. We're going to go 4 wide receivers now as Conception gets the snap. Looks back. He's going to fire. He got Osborne, our tight end, coming on the drag route, who's down the sideline all the way to about the 17-yard line. Big time play by Brian Osborne. His 2nd reception of the day, as he now has over 30 yards receiving. And not the prettiest spiral right there, but hey, good enough to get it into the hands of our man. And he goes down after picking up the 1st. So now at the new set at the 17, we get ready to call the play. We're not going the hurry offense, the standard Big 12. Like I said, I don't run that unless I absolutely have to, but we are 4 wide right now. As we do a little bit of handoff to Weber on the left side, he tries to make some moves, but kind of overplays his own hand on that one. And Weber just unable to get down the field like we should have. So we only pick up 6 yards instead of what could have been 10-yard gain on that one. So still coming to the close of the first quarter now, trying to get back into this game. And that's going to be a big key. We have to get back into this one. And we're going to go with a pistol formation, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers to our left side. Conception gets the snap. Drops back, throws it, finds Weber at the screen, who tries to break it out and is going to be brought down for a big-time loss. The blocking seemed to be kind of set up. We just never got the momentum going forward. So, therefore, it does push us back for a loss of 4. Now we're down back to the 15-yard line for this 3rd down play. So, big-time 3rd down right here. Needing to make something happen. Conception drops back. Fires it to Osborne. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown Tech. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Brian Osborne comes through with the big play. Feed that man, please, sir, would you? And that was a big one as we cut this lead in half. Now, as the score is 13-6 as it stands right now. And you will see it did remain 13-6 because for some reason I tried to go for 2 in standard Texas Tech style, and we did not get it as the way Texas Tech works in real life. And after that, so at least we only trail by a touchdown. Got to give me that credit. As we do actually pull off a stop, amazingly enough, against West Virginia and get the ball back. So we are now back on offense once again, as we do have the ball at the Mountaineer 37-yard line with a 2nd and 5. Now in the shotgun, Conception drops back, finds Herman over the middle, one of our slot receivers, who we're going to need to step up for us and be big in big-time moments. He's not the biggest receiver. He's a little feller, but we need him to play, the Rudy style, play bigger than what he is. And so he does come up with a big reception for us right there, giving us now a 1st and 10. As we run a little bit of play action, rolling out to the right side. We hold tight, we throw it deep, and that one's almost intercepted. Looking for our receiver, White, in the corner of the end zone, just could not get it to him. They do knock that one away. Like I say, thankfully, it did not get picked off. And so now we are going to continue 2nd and 10 as we hand it off to Weber off the right side. He has a big hole. Weber down the sideline. Can he get in? He does. Ryan Weber, 32-yard touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Get those guns up, I say. As Ryan Weber takes off, has the hole open, goes right down the sideline, and it fights his way into the end zone. And we get this game tied up 13 apiece here, 6 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. That was a big-time offensive play. That's something Tech does not have in real life, that type of running game. I'm glad we're able to kind of bring it to them, and I think we can actually exploit that against a lot of these Texas Tech, or against a lot of these Big 12 defenses, mainly because I see Texas and a lot of Big 12 defenses have problems with that. That's why we have the highest scoring conference, generally. Anyway, on West Virginia's next drive, they do have possession of the ball. After a quick little run play, they do get it to 2nd and 9. They are on the Red Raider, about 35-yard line at this point, still going in the hurry-up formation. And now they do a little option keeper, and he gets past our man Robertson, gets an 11-yard rush on that one. Never should have been able to get there, but that option is killing us, and it's something we are really going to have to get a hold of if we have any hopes of stopping this team or really any team in the Big 12. And so on the very next play, this time they keep the option and hand it off to the running back who gets a big hole open over the middle. Nick Rogers getting 8 yards as he has 55 yards on the afternoon at this stage. So still 4.5 minutes to go. Game is tied 13 apiece here in Lubbock, Texas right now. Robertson gets a snap. He scans over. He fires it off to the right side. That's going to be caught by Myers, and that'll give West Virginia a 1st and goal situation on that 11-yard gain by Chris Myers right there, as they have the ball, possession of the ball at about the 5-yard line at this time. Still moving in the hurry-up, keeping things going quick. And Robertson's in the shotgun as he has the snap. He's scanning over the field. There's nobody open. Great coverage. And we finally rush him. We're going to bring him down. Stephen Robertson sacked once again for a loss of 2 yards on that one. What a play by our linebackers. And look at that closing speed as we were able to dash in there and bring the man down relatively quickly. That was a very positive thing to see on our defense, that kind of speed out of that linebacker group. And so now on 2nd and goal, they're going to run another option, and he tries to keep it, but probably should have tossed it. And Nate Mendoza is going to bring him down and hold him to a loss right there. So now it is 3rd and goal for the Mountaineers. They've dropped about 3 yards in their last 2 plays as they are now to the 8-yard line and still trying to get in. And if we can hold them and keep them to a field goal, that'll be a big-time momentum switch for us. So now Robertson's in the shotgun as the Mountaineers have 4 wide. It looks like they're going to screen, but we're able to read it. Bell chases him, can't bring him down. Donaldson closes it off. Darrell Davis, only 3 yards on that screenplay, brought down by Donaldson. And that would lead to a Mountaineer field goal, and so they will take the lead 16-13. Now here comes Mueller on the kickoff. He has a hole down the right sideline. He's going. This one's off to the races. Down to the 35, 33-yard line. Curtis Mueller, 72-yard return. One of our receivers who's got pure speed. We put him in there to return kicks, and my goodness, did that decision pay off as we are right back in this thing at the West Virginia 33-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. So Conception's going to be in the shotgun, 3 wide as he has a snap, scans the field. He's going to find Osborne once again to the left side, and he's going to lower his shoulder and just blast his way into the safety, and that'll pick up a good 11 yards as Osborne has 67 yards receiving on the day. Been very good, especially after the catch. So now with another set of downs, 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at about the 22-yard line. Conception in the shotgun, 4 wide. So he's going to hand it off to White coming up the middle. One of our slot guys, we brought him in motion, and we got the pass handed to him pretty quick. He's going to pick up 6 yards on the first rush of the season for him. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 4. Now to the 16-yard line inside the red zone. Just about 2 minutes to go at this point as we are trying to. We don't want to make that stupid mistake. We want to at least tie it, if not get the lead back. And Conception on the option keeper tries to break it out the other way, but West Virginia brought a dang good blitz and is able to get us stopped fairly quickly. And so that brings up 3rd and 4 now for the 16-yard line. And we're going to go about 4 wide receivers on this one. Well, we go 4 wide receivers. That does look like, 4 wide receivers from the shotgun formation. Conception gets the snap, scans over the field. He's going to fire it to McMillan off to the right side. Chad McMillan with a 9-yard reception. That's his 2nd of the day for only 15 yards, but he is one of our main receivers that we're going to look to this season to step up big time. And now with a minute remaining, we're going to go the hurry up ourselves as we have 1st and goal now from the 7, changing the plays around just a little bit. Conception in the shotgun, gets the snap, scans over the field. Fires it to the left side, bounces off a defender's helmet, and that one will fall incomplete. Conception's got 92 yards and a touchdown on the day with 12 for 18 of passing. So not a bad day, but you still don't want to make little mistakes like that can be catastrophic. So now 2nd and goal. Conception scans over the field, rolls out to his right side. No one's there. So he's going to try to take it and tiptoes down the sideline as he'll pick up just a yard on that one. And that's a risky play. Not a big fan of it, but it does get us down. And so here we are, 3rd down conversion, 3rd and goal from about the 6-yard line now. 5 wide is where we're going. Conception fires it over. White's going to get it. He's pushed into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Conception found his man White over the middle, and he came back to make that catch and turns around and is actually kind of pushed into the end zone by the defender, the defensive lineman that actually comes up and hits him right there, 97. Brings him down, but does push him in, and that's enough to give us the lead at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. It is 20-16. We have got a shootout happening here in Lubbock, Texas. They're treating this thing like it's the dang OK Corral, I'm telling you, and all that. So let's take a look at the halftime show to see what's kind of happening for us here in this game. Robertson for West Virginia, he started out really strong. We've been able to kind of get a hold of him on those option keepers as far as him actually keeping the ball. I think our ability to stop their running back has actually helped us out quite a bit in this one. And then our passing game, it's been firing pretty decent. Like I said, 12 or 13 and 19 at this point. So needing to probably be a little bit better with it, but we have not turned the ball over yet through an interception. So being smart has really also helped us out quite a bit. Now taking a look, we have 98 passing yards and 79 rushing yards to their 95 passing and 109 rushing. So we do trail statistically in that area, but we make up for it with what's on the scoreboard, mainly because we did stop them 3 times, 4 field goals, and resulting in the score. So now we're going to jump into it here in the third quarter as West Virginia is driving the ball right now as they get a quick little 9-yard pass out to Ross Jones as he's finally brought down at about the 29-yard line. And Stephen Robertson for the Mountaineers is 11 of 14 for 120 yards on the afternoon. So not too shabby from our defense, but definitely would like to see a little bit better. Now, in the next play, they're going to hand it off to Nick Rogers, who's going to get blown up in the backfield. Our defensive line just started overpowering some guys and pushing their way through, and he had nowhere to go. Big-time play by this defensive line. We're going to be needing some more of that as we move forward. And so here we come now. Big 3rd and 3 right now, needing to make a stop. And we're going to be bringing some pressure on this one. As they run the option, we try to get him, and Robertson actually keeps it. Probably should have tossed it. He actually keeps it, but he's going to squeak out enough for the first down. And you hate to see something like that happen. So here they are, going in the hurry-up offense still. As we got 6 minutes to go in the third quarter as they are trailing by 4, 20-16. They do a little bit of play action, drop it off to their tight end on the right side. He's going to be brought down relatively quickly. Eric Mack only picking up 3 yards on that reception. And that, those plays, that type of defensive play, I'll take. It stops them short. 3 yards, that's fine by me. So going in the hurry up still, 2nd and 7. Robertson in the pistol. Hands it off to Rogers, who has an edge. And we're going to finally get him stopped and brought down after a gain of 9 yards. We do push him out. Nick Rogers has 11 rushes and 73 yards on the afternoon. So a pretty decent afternoon for him. And so here we go. They're going to be in the pistol formation. Once again, 2 receivers to the left side. Hand it off to Rogers up the middle, and he's blasted. Nick Rogers. He came up the middle and just met a force of a human being who just dropped him to his knees. He could not do anything about that one. Big-time play by our linebacker and a big-time hit. So 2nd and 12, going pistol formation. 2 tight ends now spread out above both sides of the line. They run a little bit of play action. Robertson, he's going to fire it off, and that's going to be caught? You've got to be kidding me. Threw it over multiple defenders, but one of us just looked up to get it, and the receiver is going to actually come down with it on that one right at about the 1-yard line. So here they come down the shotgun formation. Now 2 receivers to the left side, 2 tight ends on the right. As they do option keeper Robertson, he's lowering his shoulder, and he'll fall into the end zone. And that's going to give West Virginia the lead. You got to be kidding me. All right, give the guy credit. He did lower his shoulder and make something happen on that one, okay? So they will take the lead now 23-20, but looking to fire back at them on the ensuing drive. We had ourselves a 2nd and 9 as we pick up a 7-yard gain on a pass to Cornelius Mueller, who's got 4 receptions for 19 yards on the day. And that does bring up a 3rd and 2 now, facing off at the 28-yard line of our on our side of the field for the Red Raiders. And we're going to go 4 wide this time as we have Conception and Weber in the backfield. Hand it off to Weber to the left side. He's got space, kicks it out. Ryan Weber, he's going down the sideline at the 30, 25, and brought down at the 23-yard line. A 50-yard rush by Ryan Weber. Big time play by this running back. He got the hole and he went right through it, and he was off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, oh baby, is all I got to say about that. As Ryan Weber goes down the sideline and picks up the 50 yards. Now you'll notice we are now in the fourth quarter at this time. We do have 8 minutes remaining in this game. And on the next play, we get the pass off to McMillan, who makes a diving catch. Really kind of poor accuracy on that part by Conception, but great play by McMillan to actually reach out there and go get that one, bringing up a 2nd and 8. So 7.5 minutes to go now in the game. Trying to either tie or take the lead is what we need. But either way, we're going to have a defensive stop. That's a big-time thing. And on the very next play, we get it off to White, who's going to come down with it, but not quite get enough for the first down. John White, that was his 4th reception. He's got only 19 yards on the day, but one of them being a touchdown and some very important yards, I will say. And so 3rd and inches is what we're looking at from the pistol formation. Handed off to Weber to the right. Big hole. He's going for it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ryan Weber. What a play. Lowering his shoulder. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Ryan Weber just blast his way into the end zone on that one. Lowered his shoulder into the safety, and poor kid had no chance as he gets knocked on his keister with Weber scoring the touchdown, and we will take the lead in this one once again. Now, just a quick little score and update from around the country as we see Kansas has taken on Florida, and about halfway through that first quarter, and actually they've held Florida to 1 score. Kind of impressive. Not what you would expect to see from a Kansas team. And so on the ensuing drive by West Virginia, they're going to try to come back, and they are trailing by 4. So the only way for them to get the lead is with a touchdown. And, if our defense can make a stop and allow us to get another score, we could easily claim this game over, is what I personally think. But not now, as we just get pushed around by this freaking offensive line, and they go blasting down the field on that running play. Nick Rogers had a massive hole opened up and went practically untouched all the way till he got tackled at the 6 or 7 yard line. That was a disgusting display of defense, I will say right there. Option keepers, the next one. Steven Robertson, 7-yard touchdown run as they reclaim the lead once again. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes of game time, and the lead has changed multiple times here. And now we're back down to 4 minutes. So another couple minutes has gone by, and we're trying to retake this lead from them as we hand it off to Poole, who's going to be our backup running back this season. And he's only going to pick up a gain of about 3 yards. Brian Poole, he is a little bit younger than Weber. More power, but not nearly as much speed, is what I'll say about him. Good talent, just not quite ready for the primetime stage. And so after this 3-yard run, that's a 2nd and 7. The Conception finds John White once again on the right side on the slant pattern. He's going to get all the way down to about the 17-yard line as White now has 6 receptions for 50 yards, and Conception's got 195 passing yards in total on the day. So 1st and 10 inside the red zone. 3 minutes to go in this game, trying to get the lead back. As we hand it off to Weber going to the left side, Ryan Weber is going to be stopped for no gain on that one. Brian Pittman read that play perfectly and got in there for the stop. So 2nd and 10 is what we're looking at the 17-yard line. Clock is at about 2.5 minutes here in this game. Conception's in the shotgun, 4 wide, gets the snap, rolls out to his right side. He's still going, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. At least that will stop the clock after a gain of 1 yard. And that brings up a big 3rd and 10 for our offense needing to make something happen here. So needing a big play This is where you got to turn to your big time guys. It is a 3rd and 10 now from the 17-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go in this one, as Conception is going to get the snap, throws it. He finds Weber. Weber makes a cut and a man miss and is finally brought down at the 2. What a play by Ryan Weber on the reception as he turned around and that ball was delivered to him rather quickly. But still, he doesn't get in the end zone, so we still have a couple yards to go. A minute and a half is remaining in this game. And we're going to go 3 wide receiver set, 2 running backs. Fired over the middle, almost intercepted. Travis West deflected it. Thankfully, he's not known for catching, and so that one does fall incomplete. Now, the clock does stop on that, so it's not very preferable with the quick strike capabilities of this West Virginia offense. But hey, it gives us a chance to regroup. And this time we hand it to Weber up the middle into the end zone untouched until the late hit right there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We have reclaimed the lead here in West Texas. Man, this game is going back and forth. I am way too stressed out. I can't be doing this all that much, for God's sakes. I got a heart condition. As we have now taken the lead, 1:16 to go here at AT&T Stadium. 34-30 is where it stands right now. Now Robertson's going to find Rogers off to the right side, who's going to go leaning forward, but he does pick up the first down. So the clock will stop till those chains get set. And with West Virginia's hurry-up offensive play style, it looks like they're not going to be wasting too much time at all. So the next snap, Robertson has it. We get a little bit of pressure on him. He heaves it down the field, and we overrun the play, and they're going to get brought down. Jonathan Tyson with the 46-yard reception. Donaldson was right there and overran it as Tyson stopped to make the catch. Donaldson didn't see it, and that's a big-time letdown as they are now down to the 12-yard line after that 46-yard reception. 1 minute remaining in this game. Robertson scans over, throws it to the right side, and he's going to make the catch, but he will be brought down after a gain of 4, as that brings up a 2nd and 6 on this one. So 2nd and 6 from the 7-yard line, needing to make a stop. This is a big-time play by our defense that we must have right here if we are going to win the game. As they hand it off to the left side, Rogers makes a cut. Man, miss. Another one miss. And he's into the end zone. And West Virginia will reclaim the lead. You've got to be kidding me. 37-34. There's been more points scored, it seems like, in this quarter alone than what we had in the whole first half. That ain't Big 12 Texas Tech style football for you. I don't know what is. So on our ensuing drive with under a minute to go, we get the first playoff. Is going to be a big old pass to Matt Herman up the middle for about 14 yards, as he has 51 yards receiving on the afternoon on about 3 catches, and we're almost to the 300-yard passing mark for Conception in this one. And now he gets the snap once again, and he's going to fire it deep over the middle. Herman goes up for it, and it's going to be batted down. Thankfully not intercepted. Great defensive play by Herman to make sure it did not go into the other team's hands. And so the clock will stop with 38 seconds as our Red Raiders are trailing the West Virginia Mountaineers by 3 with the score of 34-33. Needing to get something to happen in the next 37 seconds. Conception fires it over the middle. Osborne has it, lowers his shoulder, runs a man over, and goes down. Big time 23-yard reception. Brian Osborne, as he's getting up to that century mark in receiving today, which is a pretty big move for a tight end. What a great game he is having in Conception, is finding his target. So now the clock is still, well, actually you did use a timeout on that one, so the clock did stop. Conception will roll out to his right and try to fire it to our running back, unable to make contact, and that one will fall incomplete. So 29 seconds left from the 37-yard line, assuming no additional yards are gained. We're looking at, what, a 54-yarder. I really don't want to have to do that, and so we're going to try to get something out of these next few plays. As Conception rolls to the right and has to actually throw that one away, everybody's covered and their line broke through. I mean, what do you want a guy to do? When we got to throw it away, we got to do it. Live to fight another play, and that plays right now with a 3rd and 10. And we've done pretty good, 10 for 14 on 3rd down conversions today. But we need one right now. We need to be 11 for 15 after this play as West Virginia brings a blitz. Osborne, he's got it. Conception to Osborne for 21 yards once again. Oh, my goodness. Brian Osborne, big time play for us, picking up the first down, getting us to the 16-yard line now. And we called timeout, so we didn't have to worry about the clock. But there are 20 seconds left here in this game, trying to get a final score. Conception drifts to the left side, gets rid of it, and they're going to call that incomplete. Who thought that was a fumble for a second, but they called it incomplete. So we are still alive. 2nd and 10, 16 yards away from pay dirt. I'm saving that last time out for if we have to kick a field goal, by the way, in case anybody's asking. So Conception in the shotgun has a snap, fires it over the middle. It's caught by Cornelius Mueller. 16-yard touchdown. We taking the lead in this one. Texas Tech. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby, what a drive for the ages that was. And we will claim the victory thanks to that play. Conception to Mueller. What a final pass. I cannot believe we were able to find Mueller wide open over the middle like that. West Virginia brought the pressure, but we were able to stand in the pocket and handle it. And great final drive. And Ryan Weber, hats off to that kid. Great job on the ground, hammering the ball home, getting out in open space, making big time runs for us. That's what I like to see our offense doing. So we will claim victory week 1, 41-37, as we do take down West Virginia in our hometown of Lubbock, Texas. And what a great shootout that was. A little too stressful for me, but still a great shootout. And so while we are finishing this one up, I do want to remind y'all to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not hit it already. And if you did like today's video, why don't you try giving us a little thumbs up right there, as it really does help out the channel, and we do greatly appreciate everything that y'all do for us here at Champ and Sons. And so stay tuned for our future games that we have. Week 2, we will be playing against TCU, and that's going to be a big time game as we get moving towards it. Hopefully it's not another shootout like we just had in this one. Fingers crossed, though. We'll see how the remainder of this season goes as we spot out holes in everywhere that we need to kind of improve our team with. So with that in mind, I will see y'all then against TCU. So as always, everybody, stay safe. And, well, you guys know how it goes by now. Later, y'all.